Hey everybody, welcome back to Dead Man DZ's Kanji Study Streams. We got 12 new vocabulary words from the JLPT N1 list today. As always, if we see new kanji today, we're going to write them down 10 times, go over their readings, their meanings, and how to remember them based on the radicals that make up the kanji. And if we see any new words but they're made of kanji we already know, we're just going to go over the meanings of the two kanji, how they come together to make our new word, and write them down 3 to 5 times. I'm going to take a little time to write things down on stream so you can follow along with me here if you want to, or if you just want the explanations for words, head on over to YouTube, and if you just want these word lists, head over to Google Drive. Our first word of the day is yuzu. Yu on the left side for melting, and zu on the right side for passing through or going. This is to lend money, to finance or loan. It can also mean adaptability, versatility, or flexibility. Adaptability, versatility, and flexibility is probably the one that closer resembles the actual meaning of the word, and I think it probably later came to mean lending money or finance. Yu on the left side with melting, and zu on the right side for passing through gives me this kind of idea that, like, if you make something a little bit more flexible by melting it a little bit, then it can pass as something. It can also mean lending money or finance. The way I'm thinking about this is kind of in liquidation, in the same way, you're transferring assets into something that is transferable. Same way that you're lending money or financing. Yuzu is melting and passing through. Melting and passing through. Yuzu. Financing, loaning. Also adaptability, flexibility. Yuzu is lending or financing. Alternatively, flexibility. Yuzu. This one's kind of a hard explanation even. This is probably going to have to be a rote memorization, not just for the word itself, but for the meanings. Yuzu. Lending and finance, or adaptability and flexibility. Yuzu. Finance and lending, or adaptability and flexibility. Yuzu. Number 2 is uruo. Uruo is our new kanji for wet, be watered, profit by, receive, benefits. Alternately pronounced ju, uruo is made with 3 radicals. On the left side, we have water, or transmitting water. And on the right side, we have a gate that is covering up a king or a ruler. I guess you could think of the king as primarily, and a gate being rained on or being wet, meaning it is primarily water or primarily wet or to be watered. It's the best I can do, folks. If you can think of a better explanation, please do. Ju or uruo is to be moist, damp, or to profit by. I guess if you're near water, you often profit, like river and city towns that are by gulfs, like New York or Tokyo. Uruo or ju is wet or watered. Uruo is wet, damp, moist, or to profit through water. The main gated principle. Wet and watered, damp, moist, or to profit by. Uruo. Honey. Ju. To be wet or damp. Uruo. Okani. Ju. To be wet or damp. It's going to be kind of a long lesson today. We've got a lot of new kanji to go over. Almost half these words have new kanji in them, so bear with me. And head on over to YouTube if you get bored. Uruo or ju. It's to be damp, wet, or moist, or to profit by or to receive through. Uru o. Number 3 is nekaseru. Nekaseru, this is kind of the neru on the left side is to sleep, and nekaseru is the conjugation indicating that it's almost the conjugation indicating that you're making something else sleep. So nekaseru, neru, neraseru, nesaseru. Normally the conjugation would just be nesaseru, but this is nekaseru. Nekaseru meaning to put something to bed, to lay down lengthwise, or to set something aside unused. The last two being in a very metaphorical sense, put to bed. Nekaseru is to put something to bed. Nekaseru, put to bed. Nekaseru. Nekaseru. Nekaseru desu is to put to bed. To make something else sleep. Nekaseru. Or to let something sleep. Number 4 is soushoku. So on the left side for attire or garment, and shoku on the right side for a decoration or an ornament. So soushoku is an ornament or a decoration, attired in decoration. Ornament or decoration is soushoku. Soushoku. Soushoku is a decoration or ornament. Garmented decoration is soushoku. Soushoku desu. Soushoku is a decoration or ornament. Soushoku. Soushoku is a decoration or ornament. Number 5 is shodaku. Sho on the left side for receiving. And daku on the right side are new kanji for consent or agreement, with the radicals for a word or speech on the left side, and young and youngness on the right side. So a young word or for me, I'm remembering this one because I say it's a premature yes, or it's a when I'm saying yes to plans, usually I'll say it's a tentative yes, right? It's like early on, I'm going to say yes because this sounds good. In the same way, daku is consent, assent, or agreement. A young word or speech. It's consent, assent, or agreement. Daku. Shodaku no daku is consent or agreement. Like a premature yes. Shodaku. Shodaku no daku, or consent or agreement. Shodaku no daku. Shodaku no daku is consent or agreement. Shodaku no daku. Consent or agreement. Together with sho on the right side, we have receiving a yes or receiving assent or consent, which is an acceptance or a consent. Shodaku is consent or agreement. Shodaku desu. Number 6 is teitaku. Teitaku is a mansion or a residence, with our new kanji for residence or mansion, and a second word that also kind of means residence. Taku is your house, your home, or your residence. Radicals in this kanji are an ancient name on the left side, or a traditional or ancient name, and on the right side we have a mound. In the mound, in this case, we're talking about the house or the mound under which this great name, this kind of noble name exists, which would normally be in a residence or mansion, is where the nobles live. So te is a residence or mansion, together with taku on the right side, which is also a residence. We have a te taku, which is a mansion. Te taku is a mansion. Te taku is a mansion. Te taku. Te taku. Residence, residence. Mansion residence, I should say. Yeah, let's say mansion residence is the real literal translation. Eitaku is a mansion. Teitaku is a mansion. Teitaku desu. Number 7 is moho. Mo on the left side for imitate or copy, and ho on the right side for emulate or imitate. So there's two kanji that pretty much mean imitate. Mo on the left side we already know, but ho on the right side is a new kanji with the radicals for a person and the entire kanji for to be set free. So a person set free. Well, emulate or imitate. I guess you want to emulate or imitate free people. Let's go with that. Narau or ho is to emulate or imitate. We want to freely imitate our freed people. Narau. Hokani ho. Luckily, ho is also the way you pronounce to free. That entire right side of this kanji is also to set free. So ho or narau is to emulate or imitate. You want to emulate free people. No dictatorships, please. Narau or ho is to imitate or emulate. Narau or ho is to emulate or imitate. Narau or ho. Together with mo on the left side, we have imitating, or imitation and copying. Moho. Imitation and copying. Number 8 is a big one with frequent or incessant with two new kanji. Our first on the left side is shikirini, which we already know means repeatedly or frequently, alternately pronounced hin, as in hinpan, our new word. This means repeatedly or to recur. Radicals in this kanji are to walk on the left side, and on the right side we have pages. So, luckily, in a book, you have to walk repeatedly through the pages, or to recur through each page in turn. Shikirini, or hin, is repeatedly or to recur, with walking through the pages of a book having to be done repeatedly. Shikirini. Kani hin is repeatedly or to recur. Shikiri ni kani kiri ni, to repeat or to recur. Kiri ni, repeatedly or recur. Kiri ni, repeatedly or recur. Kiri ni. Kiri ni. Hin, himpan no hin. And we have han on the left side. Or, sorry, on the right side of this kanji, we have a new kanji meaning luxuriant, thick, or overgrown, complexity, or trouble. Also pronounced shigeru, or han. This is where the pan of himpan comes from. We have the radicals for, oh, I forget. There's the C being struck. We have our radical for cleverness, agile, or alert over our radical for a thread. Threads of agility or cleverness. The threads of cleverness are complex or trouble, or luxuriant, thick, or overgrown if you're lucky. Shigeru or han. The thread of cleverness. I guess being clever gives you a thread to being luxuriant or being rich. Shigeru or han. Himpan. Luxuriant in repetitions, or thick with repetitions, is frequent or incessant. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so shigeru or han is the cleverness rope that ties you to luxuriousness, ties you to wealth or thickness. Shigeru or han is luxuriant, thick, or overgrown. Shigeru. Shigeru or han. Luxuriant, thick, or overgrown. Shigeru or han. Luxuriant, thick, overgrown. Shigeru or han. Luxuriant, thick, or overgrown. Shigeru or han. Cleverness, the thread of cleverness that ties you to luxuriousness. To be clever, to be luxurious. Impan no pan. Impan no pan or pan. Together with repeatedly on the left side, we have something that is thick, pan, with repetitions, or luxurious with repetitions. Impan is frequent or incessant. Number 9 is jakkan. Jaku on the left side for, jatsu? Yeah. This is our kanji for youngness, and kan on the right side, I think, for dryness. So the picture in my mind is one of like seeds that are dry or parched, meaning there's a few seeds, there's somewhat, or there might be a lot. Depending on how this is used, this can be used as an adverb to mean somewhat, but as a noun to mean some, a few, a little, or many and a lot. Pretty ambiguous word here. Jakkan. Jakkani. Jakkan is somewhat or to a certain extent, or some, few, a little. A few dried young things or dried seeds. A few are little jakon. Jakon. Some, a few, or a lot, or to a certain extent. Jakon. Some, or a lot, can also mean as an adverb to a certain extent. Jakon. Jakon. Number 10 is kigane. Ki on the left side for a spirit, air, or energy, and gen in the middle, here pronounced ga, meaning concurrently. You'll recognize this radical from our kanji for disliking, iyades, kirai, with concurrently with a woman, which seems sexist but really isn't. Kigane, together concurrently with energy. Kigane is a constraint, reserve, or feeling hesitant. Concurrently with an energy or spirit. I guess, okay, so you don't, or you're constraining or reserving yourself because you get a certain energy. A certain energy comes along with doing that thing. So you are constraining, reserving, or feeling hesitant about doing that thing. Kigane. Concurrently with energy is constraint, reserve, or feeling hesitant. Kigane. Kigane is constraint, reserve, feeling hesitant. Kigane. Constraint, reserve, feeling hesitant. Kigane. Doing the thing would come with concurrent energies. So you want to think about and constraint and reserve yourself. Feel hesitant about it before you do it. Kigane is feeling hesitant, constraint, or reserve. Number 11 is benkai. Ben on the left side for a valve, and kai on the right side for to be solved or untied. So an explanation is a valve that you open up to explain or untie your actions to someone. An explanation, an excuse, defense, or justification. Think of it as pulling the valve on their worriedness with an explanation or an unraveling of events. An explanation, excuse, defense, or justification is a benkai. Benkai. Benkai is an explanation or excuse. Benkai is an explanation or excuse. Benkai is. Benkai. Benkai is an explanation or excuse. A valve that we will release tension by explanation. And finally, number 12 is karini, with our kanji for temporary or hypothesis. Karini is our adverb for supposing, even if, or temporarily. Provisionally or for the time being. Karini. Go out with a somewhat easier one at least. Karini. Provisionally, temporarily, or even if. Karini. 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 Temporarily or provisionally. Let's go back to the top. Make sure we've made some good pins in our memory where all these words are going to go. Make sure you're making some flashcards. And as always, immerse yourself in Japanese. That's how you do it, baby. Our first word is lending money or flexibility with yuzu. You on the left side. for melting. And zu on the right side for passing as or passing through. Yuzu is flexibility for lending. To be moist, to be damp, to profit by, or to receive benefits through is. Oh, I remember the kanji, but not the word. Uruo. Right, uruo. A radical for water on the left side. And a gate. Guarding. Uruo. Uruo. To be damp, moist, or to profit by. Oh. To put to bed, to lay down lengthwise, or to set something aside unused is nekaseru. From our kanji for going to bed. Nekaseru. Put something to bed, figuratively or literally. An ornament or a decoration is a, I want to say a hoshoku, but that's probably wrong. Soushoku. So on the left side for retirement or garment. And shoku on the right side for a decoration is decoration or an ornament. Soushoku. Double check that one. Soushoku desu. Next we have consent, approval, acceptance, agreement, or compliance. Consent, approval, acceptance, agreement, or compliance is a young, right, the young word together with receiving, shodaku. Sho on the left side for receiving, plus daku on the right side with our premature yes. Shodaku is consent or agreement. Shodaku. A mansion or a residence is a teitaku. Te on the left side with the mound of our ancient name. And taku on the right side for a residence. Teitaku is a mansion. Imitation or copying is moho. Mo on the left side for imitation. And ho on the right side. Also for imitation or copying with a person, or emulating or imitating on the right side. A freed person, being who we want to imitate or emulate, is moho, imitation or copying. Frequent or incessant is himpan. Hin on the left side with the repeated walk through pages. Hin. And han or pan on the right side with luxurious. The cleverness rope to luxury. Himpan is luxuriant in repetitions. Some, few, a little, somewhat, many, or a lot is jakkan. On the left side, again, our kanji for youngness, and kan on the right side for dried up, like the parched seeds that you've either thrown some of or a lot of. Jakkan. It's either somewhat to a certain extent, some or a lot. Constraint, reserve, or feeling hesitant. Constraint, reserve, or feeling hesitant was. It was a new kanji. You're feeling hesitant because it comes with an energy attached to it, is concurrent with some energy. Kigane. Kigane. It's reserve, restraint, or feeling hesitant. Kigane. Kigane. An explanation or an excuse is a benkai, releasing the valve on someone's worriedness with an explanation. Benkai. And finally, supposing if, even if, or temporarily is karini, with our kanji for temporariness. Karini. Thanks for watching this new year, 2023, everybody. We're almost there, another half year, and we should be done with N1 verbs, and then it's on to random words we find in the wild all over the place. Thanks for watching today, and yeah, good luck in the next year, everybody. Let's go. Happy New Year. どうもありがとうございました。じゃあね。じゃあまた明日と思うけど、多分ない、多分そう。じゃあ。